Here we go. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to another rambunctious evening of us sitting here and bitching why Juve sucks. No, we're here to actually break down the potential future of said coach of said sucking Juve, Thiago Motta. And here to break down the sucking is two guys that are wearing blue, and I'm wearing green because I did not get the memo of wearing blues. I am terrible as a podcast co-host. I fucked up. It's already been more than 15 seconds, so I just swore. But here to swear with me, we've got
No, you still fucked it up.
no.
Because you said bitches like within 5 seconds.
I'm talking about the terminology of a female dog, YouTube. Get over it. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Doing all right.
Killing it with the intros. I still got it. Poppy still got it.
Living, man. Just living life.
Yeah,
We're all just living, getting by. Sunday did not
surviving. Surviving is the right term.
I don't even, to be honest with you, I forgot we played Sunday and got slapped. I don't know if it's plausible deniability or what. I'm just kind of like, hey, that happened. But granted, I feel like the internet's kind of been like low-key trying to bury it. Like it never happened. It's like, the Men in Black, the guy just kind of goes in and just go, and you're like, oh, 4-0 Atalanta. Oh, what?
Has it or has
No,
it not?
what is crazy to me and what I noticed, and you can tell me if I'm wrong there, but I have the feeling that even Juventus posted less on IG. Usually they post daily their reels from training where the players are greeting everybody or the admin that is recording their stuff.
That being said, though, the one that really
quiet.
did get passed around a lot this evening, and we'll talk about it a bit more, just a bit of a teaser, and very fitting, kind of like how I feel tonight a little bit.
Cool, man.
Totally different. I don't know.
Whose grandpa is that?
Making fun of tangents, old man.
Yeah. So bad luck. And that's going to be the theme tonight is who the fuck's in charge? Who? But we'll get into that in just a bit. First off, like, subscribe, get into the socials down in the description. Everything is there. And I might as well use this now as an opportunity. Up on the screen, I'll get rid of Ferrero. He can come back at a later time. F1 Fantasy. It started. F1 for whatever reason just released it finally on Tuesday, so we jumped on it. We created the league, same as last year. If you get pole position, there will be prizes to be had. So there on the screen, just copy that. Or if you're in the Discord, I put it on the Instagram, the Twitter, everything. So you can find the code, or just remember P5G5HIED 007. 007.
Oh yeah, let's remember the code. By the way,
Remember
I can't
the
even
code.
remember it properly when it's right in front of me.
The big circle is always the O, and the more oval is the 0. God knows why.
Yes.
It still looks confusing.
The blown out circle is an O. The tighter one is a 0. Huh.
You obviously know which one
is
I prefer.
Dusan's ass.
Oh, Dusan. We weren't even talking about him, and it wasn't even me this time.
No.
But,
I was hoping that you would put Dusan up.
I can.
I was looking for this one.
Oh, that one?
Yes. I know you have an extended cut now.
We have
that
an
one for later.
Yeah, we'll save that one. We'll save that one for later.
If he continues for a season, we may make this a whole damn as movie.
Yeah, don't tell me for a good time.
A horror movie.
God damn. Do a cut of a nice lowlight video, put some entertaining music underneath it, or the Spalletti clip.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to grow, the clip.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So much. But, I mean, I believe we can start the discussion post-Atalanta. I mean...
Yeah, worst home loss since October 22nd, 1967.
Even worse than the Maccabi Haifa loss?
Worst home loss.
I mean, we didn't lose at home to Maccabi. We lost in wherever the fuck we played. Yeah.
Maccabi.
Yeah. In Israel.
There's our geography.
Pretty sure Tel Aviv.
No,
Tall, no. Just ask Tall.
I did look it up. I looked it up at one point. Now I have to. Okay, where's Maccabi Haifa?
See.
It
Hey, Jamie,
isn't.
Jamie, pull up Maccabi Haifa. Where do they play?
It isn't. He's
Yeah,
right.
it's in the city of Haifa. I knew it wasn't its name.
Yeah,
It's not Maccabi,
yeah,
but it's Haifa. So,
yeah. And then there's
it's in the north.
Maccabi Tel Aviv, which is in Tel Aviv.
Yes,
Sorry,
that's right. There's two Maccabis.
I didn't listen. Otherwise, I would have corrected this. Confused.
Is a German is a man of
Well,
culture. Oh, so good,
I
very good.
Maccabi refers to the
I would have done
Maccabees, like in the Bible.
a history joke, why us Germans know Israel that good, but yeah, I leave it there.
You've been quite acquainted a few decades ago.
Yeah, but here, this is the
I
AI
leave it there.
overview. Maccabi, this Hebrew, refers to the Maccabees, a group of Jewish rebel warriors who fought against the Seleucid Empire, 2nd century BCE, and the name itself can be interpreted as hammer or hammerer.
This is the
Bam.
part where I get a blunt, and I'm like Joe Rogan. I'm like, Jamie, man, that's fucking crazy, man. Like those guys, like, God, could you imagine just like getting in with those guys? Those guys are some mean sons of bitches, right, Jamie?
Do
Well,
you
unfortunately,
actually believe that those stone structures are made from nature?
I don't think Dash is
Or is
going to
it a
get any of
guy
the
that's
good
just
stuff
really
anymore,
high?
though.
Huh?
Yeah, no, the trade war. And we all know Canada's where all the good weed's coming from, so you guys are screwed.
Man, we got
You're
Colombian
gonna have to.
cocaine.
Well, that hasn't really stopped, has it?
Never has.
No, it hasn't really. Okay, before we get dinged for another video, because one of our shorts today, I said fuck it, threw it on, and it was basically a bunch of f bombs. It went through, but
It was age restricted, but it went
yeah,
through.
immediately. I got the email immediately. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Obviously, fucking send it. Let's go.
That's probably why we're not in the algorithm. They're just YouTube's like, nah, these guys are shadow banned.
Oh
Hey,
boy! All right.
right now, honestly, our shorts are doing reasonably well. Yeah, like
No.
Well,
YouTube is
yours,
pushing us
yeah.
right now.
The ones of the stadium, the ones of us just talking like we are right now. They're like, who the fuck? Who are these
Well,
guys?
if we use the correct hashtags, these
Shadow
those are.
ban. It's
But
like
yeah,
shadow.
dude, it's
Uh,
fucking crazy. The ones I did in the stadium reached 5K, I think now, 5K views.
And a lot of angry Germans in the
Oh
comments.
yeah, oh yeah, dude, Germans and their rivalries in football. Goddamn.
Mm. Yeah,
Entertaining.
there's a civil war going on there.
Yep.
Best Google Translate moments ever.
Did you actually do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had time.
How fun was it?
I was just like copy, paste, chuckle.
Hey, it seems like you have time on your hand.
Yeah, enough to do that. It was just one of those things where I was in passing and I'm like looking at it. Well, let me see how the channel's doing. And then
Yeah,
I'm
but
just looking at it and I see the comments and I'm like,
it was actually fun.
I was like laughing. I'm like, German Dave's probably having a field day with this one.
Oh yeah.
So we don't want to talk much about the game. Perhaps we won't talk much about the game, this Atlanta thing. But what's your takeaway from this? What is this? What does this mean to you?
We suck.
Like the game was so weird, right? When it started off in the first 10 minutes, and I think you agree with it. Like we looked energetic, we pressed them, we won the ball, we ran towards the goal, and for the whole first half up until that penalty, that still wasn't the first half, right? We went into the second
No,
down one
penalty
zero.
was first. Yeah, we went down 1-0.
Okay, so up until that penalty, we played actually good. Like the momentum was on our side. Like we were winning the ball back. We didn't allow them to get into any rhythm, or they let us, which is also okay. But you can still build from the ball possession they are giving you without pressing you, because they are at their best when they are pressing you, winning the ball back, like they did 3 times in the second half. But it's crazy, like how everything changed. Like
I don't.
after that penalty, Gasperini said, "All right, we're leading 1-0. Now they have to create themselves." Is my guess, and then he said, "Go for them and press them." Like, but yeah, Make
Yeah,
them
and
bet
you can
down,
argue.
make them bet down for you and slap them.
You can argue if that
Make them
penalty
down
didn't
bad and
happen.
slap it.
Yeah, and honestly, when you're already and honestly, when you're already up like 1-0, Juventus that can't create, I don't know.
No, they were just opened
Yeah.
up can of worms. It's over. And just like the mental fragility. And that's one of the big takeaways, honestly, that I've read from Tacchinardi. There was Bonucci, Edgar Davids was there, like everyone was in the media, including of course Calcio Mercato, Tutto Sport, all the regulars, Albanese, Dash's boy there. Everyone had something to say. And the big takeaway was like mentally, like there's something mentally wrong. There's something going on in the locker room. There's some sort of distrust, some like just lack of giving a fuck, whether it's from the players, whether it's from Mata, whether it's because Mata. I mean, there's something. There is something of a psychological nature going on, far and wide consensus from the media, and what we've been yelling about for quite some time as well. So I think we're in agreement with that. Like, just mentally, something's fucked.
There's no way that it's not. And I'm trying to pull up a conversation I had in Discord. It was like a couple days ago. It was it was in the general chat because like some of the arguments that people were making, right, where it's just kind of like, if we finish top 4, you have, give them another season, where I was kind of like, I don't think you could, because the locker room seems in such disarray. Where it's like it would make no sense for you to, because I don't know. For me, it looks like the players don't really care for what he has to say or do.
There was reports a couple weeks ago that there were players in the locker room that were unhappy. And I was trying to think who that might be. And I was like, Dusan, maybe. But is it more than that? Like, are there multiple players? And that's what my fear is. Like, if it was just Dusan, and that's normal. You see this a lot where a coach will have an issue with one, maybe two players. But like more than that, like once you start getting 3, 4, or 5 players, like you have an actual problem here. And like the best leaders, and now here's the whole leadership theme, but the best leaders know how to deal with different types of personalities, whether they agree with that, whether they get on their nerves, or what have you. You have to bring out the best in those people, in this case the players. And if you can't do that, like you're actually failing at your job. Straight up, you're failing.
Well, and I'll leave it at this. Empoli has more experienced veterans than Juve's roster do.
Yep.
With your
It's honestly the truth.
No, but that's the argument for the whole season, right? Like the lack of experience, the lack of like players and like towards the end of their 20s or even in their 30s. Like we don't have that.
Because look, the main thing when it comes to proper squad composition is if you have a young squad, you have to have a veteran coach.
Yep.
We don't have any of them. Neither of those are currently at play here. So now it's just I kind of look at it from that perspective, and I'm just kind of like, what are we going to do here? Because I read the discussion I had, and there was the comment, well, Allegri won like 13 points in 12 games last season, and yada, yada, yada. And I'm going to debunk that comment because it's a stupid fucking comment. The reason why it's a stupid fucking comment is because that midfield last year, it was Locatelli, Rabiot, McKennie. Those 3 for the entire calendar season. You might sprinkle in a Moretti here and there, but Moretti was playing either as a 10 because it was a 3-5-2, and he was playing next to Vlahovic or Chiesa or Yildiz or whoever the fuck.
And Fagioli at the very beginning and the very end of the season.
And the only backup you had in that role was Charlie, who also got injured and was dog shit.
Oh man, Charlie.
And when you run the same 3 midfielders,
I swear that Charlie Alcaraz thing feels like a pipe dream.
What? Yeah, like it never happened, and we're gonna keep it that way.
Like last Sunday.
Yeah, but again, you look at it from that perspective. Look at the midfield that we have this season. And it's like, okay, we've got a pretty damn decently good midfield. What are we, second place in the league in possession maintained, but nothing coming out of it. So it's like you want to
That
sit
doesn't
here
mean shit if it's all side passes.
and it's worse than last season's side pass FC, or
I
was
would
it back pass
say-
FC?
I would say that overall, on paper, we have the second best midfield in the league, Inter being the first. Like on paper, we
Yeah.
should, like, with how Koopmeiners had last year, like what he did last year, what Dougie
Yeah.
did last year, like on paper, and Thuram, the way he's
The pro-
performing, actually,
Yeah.
we should. McKennie,
No,
you know,
I absolutely agree with that. What I said before the season, and now I'm honestly regretting saying that, I said that on paper we have maybe it's still on paper we have the best midfield in Serie A, right? Like if everybody is fit with Koopmeiners, Douglas Luiz, Locatelli.
I would still put Inter ahead, but I mean, you're up there. You're one
Yeah,
or
but
two.
they
But
have
that is
the
debatable. But
they have the incumbency. That's why.
yeah. So
They've proven themselves.
yeah, they have proven themselves. So no, that's why I regret that statement, because yeah, I discounted Inter kind of a bit because I thought the age will catch up with them.
Oh,
this-
bastards.
Well, I mean, and that is the discussion we've been having, that this could potentially be Inter's last year to really push for a treble, even, right?
Yeah.
They're in every competition still. Champions
Honestly,
League. We'll talk about
they
that
will
later,
find they will find some incredible free transfer or bargain again this summer to reinvent
I mean,
them.
Jonathan David, even. I mean, put David with Thuram up there. They might
They
sell
don't-
like
they don't
Lautaro
even-
for like 120
No.
million. I don't know.
No, they're not. Lautaro for me seems a lifer at Inter.
Perhaps, but you know what I'm saying. Like they're setting themselves up in a good position still.
Yeah.
With where they're at. But not to dwell on Inter, because fuck those guys. Nobody here really cares about them. But I mean, that is a bit of reality.
Yeah.
Regardless-
Well, I mean, it kind of brings the argument where it's just kind of like I look at it and it's like I don't see a way moving forward with him, even if he finishes in fourth place.
And that's honestly really the discussion. But that will roll into, honestly, the overarching discussion that I want to focus on tonight in terms of, you know, the headless chicken that is Juve.
Because who
the fuck is in charge? And if you want to put in a new coach, who's making that decision, and who's going to even have that job in the future? And is any of this going to be compatible? Because we saw when we got rid of Allegri, I mean,
We had to change
we-
everything.
twice now we got rid of Allegri and replaced him with somebody unqualified. Like what are we doing? It's a completely different management now, and we're doing the exact same shit.
And we set ourselves back every time we've done it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the crazy thing about it too, is like they have set themselves back. Because like last season, promising next gen was going to be a feeding pipeline to the club. Get anything this year besides Mbangula?
Savona.
Savona to a degree.
Is it because that he was actually good, or is it because they didn't have anyone else?
And well,
I
and
think
that's
that
how a
he's
young
good.
guy gets good, is just getting minutes on the first team. So
But
I
think
thi-
about
I
it, though.
thi- I think they're actually decent. But
They're
the
decent.
problem is like all of us know, like if like for Savona, if a 20-something million offer comes in from wherever, we
He's
will
gone.
immediately take it. And same with Mbangula, like we don't need to kid ourselves. Like they are promising, and ideally you don't want to do that, but yeah, it's again that situation where we have to finance our team changes or squad changes again by selling the youngsters that we built, or at least the two that are working out.
Yeah, but we heavily, and this is again where it's partially on Gentoli as well, where it's like you heavily mortgage the future for what you have, and you are mediocre at best.
Look, I think all of us agreed that we had to do the transfers that we did in the summer, the
Yeah, no, I don't
Sule,
disagree with you. Yeah.
and Ling Jr. The problem is, I thought we would get a couple of more
Better.
into the first team. Like Savona and Bangula are good, but I don't know. Well,
we
not to
stripped
get
them
like
all, though. Who
one
else
or
is left, though?
two more. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Arjic doesn't get any playing time. I'm sorry, I don't have like the
He
time
does. He does
to
in the
watch
next
the
gen.
next gen as well. So I don't know how he's playing
Oh,
at the
listen,
next gen.
there's a
Like,
certain content creator that's absolutely glazing Adjich right now on his every single move.
no, I know, but he always has, right? Like
but
he's
regardless, like
one
he's
of his
getting
favorite child.
we got him and sat him on the bench for a few months, and then they're like, oh well, the next gen needs help. Why don't you go over there?
Yep.
Yeah, and
No,
then it's
but
just like,
no,
hey,
but
let's loan
but my
Moretti in favor of this kid.
yeah. No, but my question is he in like a real option for next season, or will
No,
he loan him
No,
out
no, he's alone.
like we do to everybody else? Like, do we
probably
recall
not.
Miretti? Do we sell Miretti? And if not, like who? Like, what is
Who's
the plan with
who's in
that?
charge? Who the fuck's in charge? Nobody. I'll read this here from UVFC. The Juventus management is self-destructing. It starts with an image. Juve's president Gianluca Ferrero with his head down, eyes closed, looking like he's sleeping. It highlights the narrative around the management, which are silent, who never show their faces. Latest reports suggest that Francesco Calvo is also being placed in the background. Gentoli's only ally is Maurizio Scanavino. The relationship between Gentoli and Motta is said to be at an all-time low. So it's fucked everywhere, right up to the top and everywhere in between.
Yeah,
And
you
we
want
know
to know?
Elton still rather care. He's in Australia, I bet, stroking off Lewis Hamilton right now for the start of that season.
He was there and got them preseason testing, so you can expect him to make the trip to Australia.
Exactly. So
He'll be in the
this is where we're
pit.
at. Yeah.
He'll be like he'll be Hamilton's Toto. Like, could you imagine? He's like, all right, Lewis, hammer time, hammer time. Do it at the hammer. Give him the hammer time.
You know he's American born, right? Like New York.
I know, but he might have picked up it. Yeah, it's New York, so he might have got one of those New York Brooklyn accents. He'd be like, "Hey, Lewis, man, we got 14 laps on Verstappen. Just give him the old hammer, all right?
He
Just give him
wraps
the
a
hammer."
cardigan around his neck. He does not talk like that.
You don't know that. He could have the deepest voice ever. He looks like a cuck, but he's like, "Hey, yo, Lewis, I heard you got the hammer." Like, come on.
He would know. I bet you Lapo would know, actually.
Hey, probably. I love how German Dave was quiet the entire time, just straight steel-eyed poker face.
Yeah.
He's just used to it. He's just like, fuck it, this fucking guy again.
Love you, brother. Love you, brother.
Oh man. But I mean, to go back to the article, like what does this mean? Right? Do they get rid of everyone, or are these assholes just gonna continue to be sauntering around, just derping there in the background, falling asleep? Which I don't entirely blame them for falling the fuck asleep. I mean,
It's a terrible
I'd
product.
rather have, you know.
Yeah. I would have done like something different with my time if I knew that we will lose 4-0.
But this is the fucking president, right? That we're talking about.
Yeah.
And again,
Was it just a bad image, or was the dude just dozing off?
so I've seen
whatever the fucking case it is, if you are the goddamn club president,
Because like I could sneeze,
you
right? I
sh- you
could just go
should
like
you sh- you
achoo, and
should
like this, and
dude,
they take a picture.
you should at least look like you're interested in the game.
so
That's your
I saw
fucking
this live.
it's your fucking job to look like awake and in attention and look like semi-interested in the game for 90 minutes and the 15-minute halftime, or you go to the bathroom or whatever.
Like at
Maybe he
least look
sneezed.
like Nedved, where you look really pissed off, but you're so strung out
Yes,
on
like,
coke
do
that you're just
something.
so fucking tuned into the game.
Well, maybe he shit his pants, and he's like, "Ah, fuck."
No, I saw this live. He even commented on the watch along, and I'm like, oh, looks like
No, they
Ferrero's
showed.
falling asleep
No,
here.
they showed it like live in the game, and we said it like.
You know the crazy thing
It's
about it
crazy.
is there's been no announcement from the Juve management about that image either.
Well,
There's
what
been
should
fucking
they
nothing.
say?
What's the point?
What should they say? Like a whole press release? No,
Yeah.
we hereby confirm that club president Gianluca Ferrero wasn't
Did
asleep.
shit himself. He did shit himself.
And I mean, this is just the look. This is kind of what made social media. No, he wasn't sleeping. I mean, still not a great look. Regardless,
Whatever. If he was sleeping, bet on him, and if he wasn't sleeping and was just disinterested or sad or whatever, that's bet on him as well.
but
Like,
this is like small fries, Really, like, yes, this is the image. This is what we see. The fact of the matter is like the management, not just Ferrero, but we see Calvo here, Scanavino, like everyone, Mata, like it. They're all at odds with each other. There is no solidarity.
It's a big fucking like puzzle that isn't fitting together.
I hate saying this, but the only way you fix this issue is by selling the team.
So this is where Agnelli comes in. Rumors all over the place. Are they true? Nobody knows. They've been denied by Exor. But of course, Exor's going to do that.
I was going to say, Exor's not going to say, hey, Agnelli's coming. You know how bad that looks on them?
Yeah, they're publicly traded. That affects their stock.
The problem is, like, Juventus isn't even as big of an asset for Exor anymore. So they could sell it, like, even without hesitation. It's not like it's dear to their heart. Like, financially, they could do way better than having Juventus as their team.
Okay. Yeah, now I don't know how true this is, and I don't know how excited this gets German Dave going here. But the rumored deal with Agnelli is to take over the Exor share, which is roughly 68%.
60 something, yeah.
There's minor stakeholders, like that new crypto guy took 5%. Heather, I believe.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares. No, it's cool that the guy's a fan at the very least. But so he's going to take that over with financial backing, allegedly from Red Bull. Linking now because Jurgen Klopp was part of this Red Bull football project. Has he come to Juve now?
I doubt it.
With
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
He doesn't care enough about Serie A. I doubt it.
I think he doesn't care about Serie A, and he doesn't. Like, he would never coach a team that is in Juventus situation right now. Like, his reputation is of being one of this generation best coaches, like with Pep Guardiola, Simeone, who's in there, Klopp is in there. Is Ancelotti does he come to this generation? Yeah, I think yes.
Yeah,
with the Klopp. No, I think Ancelotti's in the 2000. No, his generation is late 90s.
He transcends it, though. That's the thing.
He does. He's
a how do you put him
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in the recap.
He's old as
Ancelotti is the
he's a unicorn.
Goddamn,
he's the Michael Jordan of coaches.
Yeah, he's the Don of everything. But this generation is Pep, is Diego Simeone, it's Klopp, it's who else can you throw in there? Do you have somebody in mind?
Pep.
I said Pep. I think.
You said Pep, yeah.
Yeah.
Mourinho.
Mourinho. Yeah, Mourinho.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no.
He's like, no.
No. Look, what I wanted to say with that, like, he doesn't need to join a team and build it up and start a new project and form a whole new team. Like, if he wanted to, he could join whatever project he wants, and everybody would take him.
But isn't this like the Red Bull way? They kind of did it with the Red Bull racing.
The Red Bull way is throwing a young coach at it, Dave.
Yeah,
I was just
it works. If not, just fuck it. It doesn't work.
I was thinking like Red Bull Racing, right? With they bring in Adrian Newey.
Yeah, but look, their football operation is different. I despise everything they do, but their football business is actually like working good, and I hate how they made it to the football big time. But yeah, like, their business model works. The question is, if they would be part of this consortium with Agnelli and buy the majority share together with them. However, they divide it towards each other. I don't know. But let's say they invest into Juventus. Like, how is the situation with, for example, RB Leipzig and with Champions League qualification and those questions? Because they will not ditch RB Leipzig because it's such a big asset to them now. Like,
it doesn't matter. You know what?
The talent fabrication they have and everything.
You're thinking too honestly. That's the problem. That's
this
is like, it's just like, yeah, it's gonna be just like Citigroup, right? Nobody's stopping them.
Oh, but there aren't other like Girona wasn't it?
No, you know what they're
Girona
gonna
was the
do? You know what they'll do?
Champions League.
They'll essentially have Agnelli or whatever consortium Agnelli creates be like the top thing to keep any
A22.
No, but
Whatever.
the thing with Red Bull is that they will not invest if they are not like prominently involved in the club.
Well, the
That's why
good
it
thing,
just doesn't make sense. That's why the whole thing doesn't make sense.
but would have
Yeah,
a shirt
and
sponsor.
dude, that would and it would look like shit. Like in
And
addition,
you know what the best part about this is that our official board string partner could no longer, for a conflict of interest, be Prime, which means fuck
goodbye,
you,
Prime.
iShow Speed. Fuck you. Who's the other guy? I fucking hate Logan Paul. Fuck you. fuck both of yes.
You mad that he waved an American flag in front of Toronto? Is that why you hate him so much?
Did he do? I didn't even know because I don't pay attention.
You yelled
Yeah.
at me for it. I showed the video.
Oh no, I just know something got banned. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, I thought you watched it.
No, but the whole Red Bull the whole article regarding Red Bull didn't make any sense to me. Not the club thing, not the Red Bull involvement.
But it's fun.
Maybe
It's fun to talk about.
maybe partially as the main sponsor, or I don't know. Agnelli buys 50% out of those 68, and Red Bull buys 18. I don't know, something like that. I guess like you can make like exemption rules where you still can participate in Champions League with RB Leipzig. There, I don't know. I guess there are ways to figure all that stuff out, but I don't know. Like my
Or
summary of it is, it doesn't make like any
I mean,
sense. And
for
no,
me, it was
Jürgen Gottlieb Klopp will not coach Juventus.
we don't need the Champions League though, because we got A22, we got the Super League. So with Agnelli back, who is still involved with the Super League, there you go. Red Bull backing the Super League, and Red Bull can have as many goddamn fucking football teams that they want, just like they are doing in F1 with their two teams that shouldn't even exist.
The problem is,
I
I think the actual idea of the Super League is dead now.
No,
Like, yes, the
that's
company is still there. It's still Barcelona, and there's still Real Madrid involved, and us like hiding in the shadows. But
yeah, it's exactly it. They're hiding in the shadows. They're gonna strike when we
no,
least
but
expect.
I think the actual idea of it is dead because the UEFA is catering towards the big teams and giving them like more. Yeah, giving them even more money, giving it like the price, raising the prize money, and like if they proceed through the rounds of the tournaments, like the pot is getting bigger and bigger with more and more games. And I don't know. I think that UEFA and FIFA will still like try to do anything to stop that. And by stopping that, I'm not saying like to yes, they will denounce it, more likely than not. But yeah, like going towards the teams that are trying to get the Super League started. But yeah,
I think you underestimate them, honestly, because when
yeah.
Mr. Infantino there at the Club World Cup is putting on his halftime show with Drake, all out of nowhere, out of the smoke, A22 is going to come out with Kendrick Lamar and drop a song about some minors.
Oh god, that I would watch that halftime show.
I'm not gonna lie though. This whole Red Bull collab thing got me laughing because I got to see all the football hipsters on Twitter just cream their pants over it.
Over Jurgen Klopp.
Oh yeah, I couldn't help but just chuckle.
It is a fun discussion.
If you would be our coach, I would cream my pants, but it will never happen, man.
Would you cream all over your Hertha Berlin merchandise there? As
No,
I mean,
I would cream inside it, not all that.
Yeah, unless it transcends dimensions and just. What are we?
Maybe it got warm. He had
What
to
are
take
we
the shirt
doing?
off.
What are we doing?
What are we
Come
doing?
on.
Let's okay. So let's talk about some Champions League then.
No, that's it.
Oh,
We're done.
because
No more.
we have
talk.
become a joke. Dash, we have become a joke of a club, man. Like, what's there to talk about?
Yeah, no, we're moving on because there was some fun stuff that happened this week.
Yeah, you know what? Do we want to? I want to save. Let's save Madrid for the end because I feel like that's the one where it's going to be like the bigger conversation starter. Because I just laugh at this point when it comes to Real Madrid because the Champions League literally their competition, and I'm not even saying because of refs. Like I get irritated when I just hear people whine. Oh, me great, but the referee. It's like, oh, fuck off, you Barcelona sympathizers. Please do not bring up. That's one. You know, the funny thing is anytime I hear someone complain about the referees and it's a Barcelona fan, their argument immediately goes out the window. Immediately goes out the window.
You mean the ones that literally got busted for paying off referees?
That one? Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Allegedly. So they came
Allegedly.
to me.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Like for me, it's just like I look at it and it's just like I listen to them and I'm just like, do you guys not realize being a Juve fan, remember that over the shoulder tackle that Dani Alves did to Pogba in the box and no foul. Sorry, Barcelona fans, get your taste of your own medicine because the world endured
Honestly,
your horse shit from 2007 to 2015.
all right, Dash. I know you said you want to keep Real Madrid for the end, but it seems like you're already in there.
Fuck it, we're going for it.
All right, go for it, man.
Atletico Madrid, like you were up 1-0 the whole game. Vinny missed a fucking penalty. I don't know why they had Vinny take pens instead of Mbappe, which to me was unheard of. But here's the thing. Y'all want to sit there and bitch about the double tap penalty, which in my opinion, Julian Alvarez took that penalty atrociously bad because why the hell would you put your plant foot that fucking close to the ball?
He slipped. He slipped. That's what it was. He slipped, and that's how he touched
He double tapped it.
the ball. Like
That yeah.
that's
That's because it's
I don't.
Messi. Remember, if Messi does anything, nothing's wrong because Messi's their golden boy.
Yeah, I know people are getting those clips out, but
I don't. There's a sensor in the
alright.
ball. Like there's an actual sensor in the ball.
Before we get to the penalties, like my takeaway from both legs is like if you're not able to beat them in extra time, look, Atletico, in my opinion, played great. Both
They
games.
did, but not enough.
Well, both games, how they defended, like that front line with Vinny, Rodrigo, and Mbappe was incredible. And it was like the side characters that scored that helped Real Madrid. Like in the penalties, it was Rüdiger and those guys, and in the 1-0 win in the Bernabeu, it was Brahim Diaz. So no, overall, Atletico played great. Real played very pragmatic, like they always do. Won the ball and then try to counter. And if you're allowing them like to be there with your like narrow 1-0 lead, like to me it was always clear. Like if Atletico doesn't win it in the after 120 minutes, it's over.
Yeah.
Like in penalties, somehow Real would shit-house them through. But overall, like this was an incredible like knockout stages series, in
Oh,
my
it
opinion.
was it was
The
great.
games were incredible. Simeone was on fire. Both stadiums were on fire. Both teams were great.
I just
And
my
played good. And honestly, you can't even like criticize any of the teams too much. Besides not, yeah,
no. Yeah, you
Atletico
can't.
not taking advantage of the game.
That
Like
yeah.
if you score already after a minute, you should at
Be
some
able to
point
get
try.
another one.
I agree. Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like in a knockout stage, if you are able to either equalize or go ahead within the first 10 minutes, how the fuck do you not put that game away?
That's
And
how
for them, they're at
happened for.
home.
That's how it happened for Liverpool, for example. Like it was at Anfield when they beat Barcelona for 4-0. They scored within the first 5 minutes, I believe. And that's how they got the stadium to believe and everybody to believe. But they like kept going. But maybe that is because it was Klopp's playing style and his heavy metal football and running towards the goal like continuously for the whole game. And maybe that's not as much Atletico, but they still like got like had a lot of chances with which they just didn't score. I don't know if you saw the one from Angel Correa what was it, the 80th or 85th minute or something like that, where he was
Mhm.
like right at the first post, but at a very weird angle, and he skied the shot instead of laying it off into the box in that half space, where Julian Alvarez was completely blank in front of the goal, and he didn't make that pass, instead tried to score it himself. Like those are a couple of moments they will regret to not have taken advantage of. And
And
yeah,
that's all on them.
yeah. And the second it went to penalties, I knew what would happen. For me, it was still hurt me because I like Atletico. But the second you go into penalties, it was clear to me. And now going to that penalty. Look, from the overall, it is the right call.
Oh,
It is the
absolutely.
right call, I think. Like
Absolutely.
he touched it twice. It it should be, in my opinion, should be retaken, but that's not the rule right now. The rule is to rule it as missed. So, all right, I accept that. What my problem was in the moment was that you didn't get any explanation, and the slow-mos they showed weren't clear enough. They weren't clear enough to warrant an overturn of the call, right? And the call was at first goal scored, and then the VAR interjected.
So
And
from
it
what I've heard is that there's sensors in the ball that detect it.
But they said that the day after. They didn't say that with the sensor like immediately after the game.
Because that's what I was presuming because, like, for example, it was a quick, like, double touch. Like, they immediately knew, like, there
Yeah.
wasn't it's almost like the same thing where they have the like, that scanner when the goalkeeper's foot's off the line. It's
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
like
yeah,
instant like that. That's what they have.
yeah.
And that's where I'm just kinda like, "Dude," like, I like, for me, I don't think he gets a chance to retake it because if you double hit it, that's essentially the offensive player committing a crime that's essentially a disadvantage for the defender, where it's like it's you don't get to retake it, where it's like, for example, if the goalkeeper takes an unfair advantage, then yeah, I can see a retake and penalty, but from that other case, I it's up to you to understand your balance and your placement
No,
and all of it.
the question is, I agree, like, if it's a blatant, like, double tap, I don't think it should be retake. But if it's one like this, where he evidently, like, slipped into the ball, even though he touched it only slightly. If I don't know, I don't have the
But that's the
I don't
problem.
have the video on hand,
Yeah, no, I
but
know,
but
but
he slipped, right? Like, I
Let
think
me
that
let me
that's
let
it.
me be the devil's advocate because then, for
Yeah,
example, with the slipping, you can effectively make a technique or you could
I think you
position
can
yourself to
perfect
do
that.
it. Yeah, you can. And remember, there's this thing I was always taught, like, for example, if I'm a defender or a goalkeeper and someone else has a
Yeah,
penalty, you're taught to mess up the penalty spot so they slip, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that's an old trick. So it's like he kind of should have known that. That's why when I was watching the placement, I'm like, "Ooh, he went way too close." Like in my head, I'm like, "That's way too close to the
Yeah,
ball."
he was too close to the ball and then slipped
And then you
immediately
slip. Because
right there.
again, before him, there was other people
But
that were taking
hey,
shots.
but hey, credit that he still scored it, man. What a fucking penalty it
It's a
was.
great
Dude,
shot, but
just like millimeters like underneath the crossbar. No, but yeah, I think I'm sad to say, but it's the right decision
it
in the
is.
end. But also I understand the anger in the moment. Like you don't have like a clear explanation on where was a double touch. You didn't see they didn't show any footage, and the VAR like interjected when it wasn't like in clear and obvious error, right? So that's where the problem was, and that's why Simeone like went completely off in his presser.
Yeah, I
But
again, like I look at that foot
even
placement.
if you watch it with this one, it's so hard to see. Yeah, and that's where he slipped. Now his foot was moving to.
Yeah, like yeah, he's just almost about to hit it.
Yeah, but even then, I wouldn't even put my foot that close. Like,
It's
when I
super
take 10,
close.
It's
that's
it's very
way too
close. Yeah,
close.
you shouldn't do that. I agree, you shouldn't do that. But yeah, but there's the slip. Now the foot is planted, and now he's slipping like over the penalty point.
But, like, for example, if you're looking at it from the body mechanics aspect of this, where it does give the striker an unfair advantage because if I hit it straight down the middle, and I'm using my other foot to chip. So effectively, it causes a bounce effect.
Yeah, but hey,
So-
Bash. But can you teach some? Honestly, this footwork is crazy. How he's standing over the ball, like torso over the ball. Like that.
It
The
is
technique was
like
great.
it is. The technique was good. It's just he played too close to the sun and got burned for it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I don't like. I think it's inexcusable to sit there and be like, "Oh, Atletico got gypped by the refs." No, you guys scored a goal in the first 10 minutes, and you couldn't do anything after.
Yeah, you should have won the game like
You should have.
within the first 90 or 120. Yeah.
When I saw
I
that
agree.
Atletico went up 1-0 within the 4th or 5th minute, I'm like, "Oh, wow, they got this. They're at home. They just got one." I don't even care if Diego Simeone had to do some black magic to score another set piece goal. Like, it was there. Like, if you were down 2-0, you
The
equalize
problem
it
is
in the 90 and you
the
equalize
problem
at
is
the 90th?
also sorry.
No, go ahead.
Real is so good at set pieces, right? Like, they're not scoring a lot, but goddamn, they are great at defending them. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like Atletico didn't have like a single chance like from set pieces.
It's so tight. Another angle.
But it's
Yeah,
it's the rule. It's the rule.
yeah.
Because it's
Yeah,
just
it's like there really isn't enough evidence again to overturn that to say one way or another.
Because you can't. It's difficult because, like, for example, that ball effectively goes off his foot right there, and that does give an unfair advantage because that throws off a goalie with the trajectory. Because as a goalie, you're anticipating the direction that the ball is coming in with a bare leg, but that effectively elevates your ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if they put it in the rule where you can't have more than one body part touch it when you're hitting it, it's
No,
the rule.
I agree. I agree.
So, like, I'm sorry, Barcelona fans, but cry me a river at this point. Like,
Yeah.
you guys, what Barcelona did to Chelsea back in 2008, I do not want to hear. I do not want to hear any Barcelona fan bitch about anything.
Ask a Chelsea fan about that.
Like, yeah, Chelsea got their
They
redemption in
are still angry,
2012.
and I understand that.
Like, yeah, they got their get back in 2012, but like I said, I do not want to hear anything from a Barcelona fan at all. Because with the amount of shit that Barcelona team got that 2008 to 2015 timeframe, because even the remontada against PSG, stop it. The amount of bullshit that went their way. And no, yeah, if you want to sit there and be like, I'm biased against Barcelona, yeah, fuck them. I hate them as a club. It's the truth.
Honestly, I couldn't care less about them.
Like, I don't care about Real Madrid. I don't care about supporting them. I don't care about being against them. But Barcelona, fuck them. They got pampered because they had that 5'1" guy that couldn't do shit besides the system that he was in, and was glazed as the next messiah and was single-handedly handed a World Cup for no freaking reason. Oh, wait, just because of marketing. That's why. But I'm sorry. I can't. I don't want to hear Barcelona fans cry or complain. If they want to come at me at the comments, come at me at the comments. I don't give a shit.
That's
Like
assuming. I'll take Barcelona. I remember
just incited a war with the Messi fans.
Oh, he can get the fuck out of MLS as well while he's at it. Jesus Christ. Just destroying everything.
He does.
He should go in that league with I Show Speed.
He is a money leech.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that was Madrid. That was supposed to be the last one, and we just
went for it.
Just hate, just so much hate. But all right, Liverpool.
Well, yeah.
That one, I'm curious what the fuck happened.
Honestly,
like, seriously.
It was
Darwin Nunez's fault. Done. Move on. No, I'm just kidding.
No. That would be too easy to break it down to that.
You want to know why they couldn't win? They didn't play Chiesa. They didn't play Italy's next Messiah. That's why they didn't get through.
They didn't play their secret weapon. No, look, Mo Salah when he's up against great fullbacks, and Nuno Mendes is one of those. Mo Salah is almost like nowhere in the game. Like he doesn't have the speed to break those fullbacks down, And if they don't fall into his Arjen Robben style trick where he cuts into the half space and shoots with his left foot and curls them in, like if he can't do that, like he's pretty much ineffective in a lot of games. Like he still gets through it in the Premier League with the open play style and a lot of space behind. But PSG didn't do that. PSG didn't leave him like any space behind their defensive line, and they defended it incredibly well. Diogo Jota was, as a striker, ineffective. He was too small against Marquinhos and William Pacho. And dude, they got him off of Frankfurt for 70, 75 something. Like Frankfurt earned a lot of money with him, but dude, what a defender he is. And yeah, right side Hakimi, like always rushing forward and terrorizing Andy Robertson on their left side. And overall, the midfield construction of PSG is honestly picture perfect. You have Joao Neves and Vitinha winning the ball back deep, or getting it from Donnarumma and build up, or from Pacho or from Marquinhos, who are both good on the ball. They're receiving it they're receiving it and doing those half turns incredibly well. Joao Neves, even though he's small dude, honestly, with how he's operating the midfield, he's reminding me of I'm not comparing him to Rodri in terms of him being like as great as Rodri, but he's showing characteristics of him. He even has his shirt tucked in like Rodri, right?
It's
No,
It's telltale sign.
and honestly,
tucked in shirt.
how with this single turn he is moving the ball and changing the speed of the game all of a sudden, moving the ball to Vitinho, to Fabian Ruiz, who is then pushing it forward. Their midfield composition is great. And yeah, dude, the wingers, what can you say about them? Dembele, Barcola, and who started as their starter? Dembele. Who am I forgetting, man?
For PSG?
Yeah.
Dembele, Kvara, and
Dembele.
Barcola.
Oh, yeah. And they were like, dude, what is that front line? That's how you do it without a true number 9, man. They play positionless football at the front. Almost all of them are good with with both feet. Even Kvara somehow learned to use both feet. And yeah, their front line is incredible. And then you sub like Kvaratskhelia or Barcola out, and you put in Desiree Doué, who is also an incredible winger. Great, good finisher, good passing. And the whole squad composition is incredibly well. Now getting to Liverpool. Liverpool, of course, squad composition is great as well. And still, like, yes, they lost this game, but I think honestly these were the if you count Real Madrid into it or not, you can debate that. But these were the two best teams in my opinion.
Yeah, this was a semifinal / final potential
like
matchup here.
the standard of play, how they gave it to each other, how they fought like for every possession, how they slide tackled each other, how they tried to counter on each other, how they like interject like for a couple of periods PSG had 70% ball possession. Then they set back because they found out that Liverpool is now trying to play with the ball. And then Liverpool had a like 10-minute spell where they had 70% with the ball. And dude, both Alisson had the worldie of a game in the first leg, and goddamn Gianluigi Donnarumma.
He's one of the best penalty goalkeepers
Dude,
in the
I
world.
hope. Dude, there were people saying about him, sometimes he's fragile in the goal if you shoot and shoot and shoot.
It's
Dude,
controversial.
shut the fuck up, man. He's still one of the world's best goalkeepers right now.
It's just how much. It's one of those things. It's because he costs.
He's Italian.
So much, and that.
Yeah.
But honestly, the most important thing I've kind of taken away with this is that your German team sucks, your Italian team sucks. The rest of your bandwagon teams, Liverpool, Atleti, they all lost. You can just go fuck yourself.
He's just dunking on Dave. Just relax. Chill.
Okay, goddamn.
Damn, relax.
But the only team I'm bandwagoning for is Atletico. The other
You
ones
know, though,
I am legit fans of.
you know the one coach that I would love to see at Juve, if you could give him what he needs, is Luis Enrique.
Yeah,
I would
but
love to see. I would love to see him at Juve.
dude, he has
Really?
if
Not
if
not
if
this guy?
if he wants to.
No, fuck no. I don't think that's never gonna happen. I'm
No,
just
I know.
telling you.
Don't
I
tell me.
know. I know. It's
I
fine.
would take Luis Enrique because I
Dude,
remember how
I
he started off Roma 10 matches. That shit Roma team 10 matches unbeaten.
Yeah.
Shit, and it was a 10-game win streak.
Yeah. And
Dude,
honestly, to rebuild the PSG team, to lose Messi
yeah,
and still rebuilding it, to lose Mbappe and still rebuilding it, damn.
I'm telling you, like I
And
would
honestly,
love.
and I think it's not only me, right? Like I see it like all like everywhere on the internet. Like PSG is
Better
like
than what they
getting
were.
somewhat no not just better, but also likable because they are
Less
betting on
hateable.
youth
They're
now.
less hateable.
Yes, they are less
I
hateable.
agree. That's the right term. Yeah, they're betting more on the youth. They have actual. If you take out Dembele, they have actual likable players. But dude, the squad composition is good, and Luis Enrique is an incredible coach. Like I honestly, I don't know what is stopping them to win the Champions League in the next couple of years if they keep building this.
Juve poaching Luis Enrique, even though that'll never happen.
Yeah, good luck. More pipe
That's
dreams.
that's where I get, like, for example, for me when I look at it from start to finish, Luis Enrique has the whole package. He can build your team up, take your team to that level, and then take them to a championship level team. He can do all of it.
Yeah.
He is one of the few coaches I can sit there and say he can do all of it. And here's the crazy thing, football hipsters. He can play hipster ball and he can also play pragmatic at the same time.
So he can adjust.
He can
He
adjust.
can game plan.
And
Cool.
He can
uh,
adjust. He's
and
not like that bum in Marseille that can only do one fucking style.
no, and the most important look, the idea that Juventus wants to go to is ball possession style football. Like in and we got a coach that has a style of keeping the possession but doesn't have a clear offensive playing style, right?
There's no identity. There's nothing.
That's the
It's hollow.
problem.
It's like
And
just
in my opinion, and what always was my problem with it, if you want to play a position-based style football, you need an offensive plan. Otherwise, your ball possession turns into stale ball possession. Empty calories, nothing more. And
Turns into
Lu Lu
McDonald's.
and Luis Enrique on a slot right now at Liverpool. Dude, even Diego Simeone is turning Atletico into a like 55% ball possession team, like this season.
still can't
Like
win.
who has r- he's still fighting for La Liga, but let's leave it there. Carlo Ancelotti lets his players cook, but he's giving them the space. He's still saying, "You're on that side. You're on that side. You're on that side. You can change positions and stuff like that." But he still has an offensive plan, right? I don't know. We can go through other coaches. Pep Guardiola, like, laugh at his 70% ball possession at Manchester City, and this season it hasn't gone well. But trust me, you give him a summer transfer window where he spends again 200 or 300
Pep
million.
Pep can
Dude,
afford to have an off
they will
season.
fucking cook, and he has offensive plan, man.
Pep can afford to have an off season though.
Oh, I agree. I
So
absolutely
it's
agree. Dude,
Pep can
there are
afford it.
people dash these Manchester City fans are so entitled. Pep gifted them fi 5 titles, 4 titles, so something like that. 5 and 7 years or 4 and 6 years. It was something like that. And they are calling for him to get fired, man.
And they're stupid.
Those dumb entitled City fans, huh?
They're
Not
stupid.
all of that. Most of them
Can we
are
just say
okay.
like entitled fans in general?
No,
'Cause
not
we
not
have
in
a few.
general, but
We have a few.
a lot of them. But yeah, the new Manchester City fans, the one that came after the success. And those are calling for for goddamn Pep Guardiola to get fired. That's how dumb football has become. No,
Yep.
and yeah, no. what I'm saying and now kept dwelling around. Yeah, if you want to play ball possession like around 60%, you need the offensive plan. Otherwise, it's just side passing for the whole game. There's a reason we are called Side Pass FC a nickname right now. So
We have a lot of nicknames. All right.
Side Pass FC, Mediocre FC, Backpedal FC.
So in other games, so this is a fuck you to Dash now. Barcelona 3-1. Easily going past Benfica for 1 aggregate. Bayern Munich, which is another fuck you. I don't know. I think Bayern is going to be a fuck you to Dave. Do you hate them as well?
They're gonna lose to Inter.
I don't hate them, but I dislike them. Like a healthy
healthy dislike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inter getting past Feyenoord, no problem. Of course.
I like Bayern more than Leverkusen though. I'm just
okay. That's why I wasn't sure because I knew there was levels of hate there. Now I know. Arsenal, who cares over Eindhoven 9-3 aggregate. Same with Aston Villa 6-1 over Club Brugge. The only other one really of note that was tight there is Lille Dortmund. So the German will go do German things again. How'd they do there?
I can't believe that we still have two teams in there. I have no idea how Dortmund did it again, but somehow the Champions League they have the dark magic and the luck of the draw. But yeah, they're playing horrible football. They can't beat teams that are fighting relegation in the Bundesliga, and they're right now like in mid-table. I think they're 9th or 10th or something like that. And the squad is bad. They can't do proper build-up. They can't even defend properly. They have bad fullbacks. They bought Jan Couto on loan with obligation, I believe, for 25 or 30 million. That he can't defend to save his life. That's why I said, no, I don't want him at Juventus. Do you remember that debate? Where everybody said, oh, Jan Couto.
People want everyone at Juventus.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10th. You were correct in that.
And yeah, man, and they somehow shithouse themselves through there. But I think honestly, Barcelona will kill them.
Okay, so I mean that was the Champions League. There was, a couple exciting ones, anyways. That you.
But Bayern absolutely manhandled Leverkusen. Like it wasn't like crazy how Bayern was physically imposed, like how they completely like destroyed Xabi Alonso's team, which is like usually known to be the more physical one. But goddamn, Bayern let out some steam, man, for being disrespected last season.
That's fine, but at the end of the day, they're going to get beat by Inter. I don't see them getting past Inter.
So you know who was disrespected a lot last season, and we'll do a little comparison here as we roll into the next segment. That's Moise Kean, head to head with Vlahovic, 7.2 rating to 7.05, 15 goals to 9.
Kean's been injured for a while too. Oh boy,
3-1 assists, 25 to 22 matches played. Vlahovic is.
And I think he will be back, right? I think he's fit again.
I think he'll be back. The difference is one was injured, the other one was benched.
Yeah. As we see here, Kalpani and Bove, the only two injuries, which I mean significant enough. We have Chica, Louise, Bremer, Cabal, Savona.
We're not playing the bench, at the Aliens.
We're not no, it's in Florence. The Frankie. We got a Michael Fabri as a referee. Mm-hmm. So, we don't know. I think
we never know.
Consensus. We never know, and we've never been more unsure.
Yep.
I'm telling you, this is a loss. I'm being honest.
Maybe Dash is sure.
I think I'm saying draw again, 1-1 or something like that.
No, I think
note, though, we do have Vega and Kalulu back. That is something.
So it won't be a 4-0 loss; it'll be a 1-0 loss.
Perhaps. I mean, they're 8th. They've done decently. Recent form hasn't been the greatest, but I mean, they're still
we
competition
did decently well too, and got bent over.
Yeah, which is why I just don't know. I just do not know what to think. and I'll probably go into this one blind again, just not no one have to feel it out.
Yep.
It's
But we never know, honestly. Like
no,
our performances are like you know those chocolate Kinder surprises. You open them up and see what toy is in there. One
He
time,
said Kinder
dude,
Prize.
one time is shit. One time you're
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe
getting
shit.
an actual like collectible, but you never know.
that's that. Well, that's the whole
Jeez.
point, right? Or like
Jeez.
Pokemon cards. That should be into that, I bet.
Hey man, you can make some money off them bitches now.
Video.
Don't even
Oh,
talk
fuck
shit.
yeah.
You can't even talk shit about those.
Dude, Dash. I was never into Pokemon cards, but goddamn Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That was
No,
Those
fire.
were
then the
good. The
Yu-Gi-Oh.
problem is they don't have resale value. You know, hey, we'll talk about this in the after dark. We'll talk about
Yeah,
trading
that's the
cards.
next thing we got to do here. So, that's pretty much the show. We're gonna do the recording for the After Dark, and you won't get to listen to it until Sunday, unless you are a member of the channel. Then you get it probably. I don't know. I have to work all week, and you'll get it sooner. You usually get it on Saturday. I'll maybe tomorrow. I got some time tomorrow. Maybe you'll
Yeah,
get it soon.
at least the title wasn't as shoddy as the other one. Jedis and Colombians. Even though we didn't talk about Colombians at all in that.
A little bit.
You just said the word. That was it. There was no discussion about it.
Did you not like my theme?
On that note, everybody, thanks for tuning in to this week's podcast episode. Obviously, catch us on the weekend potentially for a watch along if Dave isn't traveling. German Dave and I will handle the call-in show if Canadian Dave is out and about doing shenanigans. And hopefully it's a good result and we're
Hopefully.
not bitching too hard.
And
Fingers
please,
crossed.
goddamn, I need 3 points for my Berlin team, man. Please.
Yes, we need points for Hertha, big Hertha. But anyways,
it's a direct relegation battle game, man. It's a 6-point relegation 6-pointer.
very, very, very true.
Intense.
But on that note, unfortunately, we do not care. No, I'm just kidding. But on that note, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Obviously, we'll catch you on the weekend.
That hurt twice.
You don't have a heart. Stop it, you monster.
You're right. You're right. I'm a robot.
Like and subscribe if you continue to enjoy our content, and stay hydrated, hug your friends, drink plenty of water, and we'll catch you on the next one.
That sounded a little bit like somebody else's outro.
I'm
there,
way
Dash.
more charismatic than him. Stop it.
It's nothing.
Turns into McDonald's.
And Luis Enrique on a slot right now at Liverpool. Dude, even Diego Simeone is turning Atletico into a like 55% ball possession team like this season.
Still can't
like
win.
Okay, he's still fighting for La Liga, but let's leave it there. Carlo Ancelotti lets his players cook, but he's giving them the space. He's still saying, "You're on that side. You're on that side. You're on that side. You can change positions and stuff like that." But he still has an offensive plan, right? I don't know. We can go through other coaches. Pep Guardiola, like, laugh at his 70% ball possession at Manchester City, and this season it hasn't gone well. But trust me, you give him a summer transfer window where he spends again 200 or 300 million.
Pep can
Dude,
afford to have an
they will
off-season.
fucking cook, and he has offensive plan, man.
Pep can afford to have an off-season, though.
Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Yeah,
Dude,
Pep can
there are
afford it.
people, Dash, these Manchester City fans are so entitled. Pep gifted them 5 titles, 4 titles, so something like that. 5 and 7 years, or 4 and 6 years. It was something like that. And they are calling for him to get fired, man.
And they're stupid.
Those dumb entitled City fans, huh? Not
Yeah,
all of them. Most of them are.
Do we just say
okay.
like entitled fans in general?
No,
Because
not
we have a
in
few.
general, but
We have a few.
a lot of them. But yeah, the new Manchester City fans, the one that came after the success. And those are calling for goddamn Pep Guardiola to get fired. That's how dumb football has become. No, and yeah, no. What I'm saying, and now kept dwelling around. Yeah, if you want to play ball possession like around 60%, you need the offensive plan. Otherwise, it's just side passing for the whole game. There's a reason we are called Side Pass FC, a nickname right now. So
We have a lot of nicknames. All right.
Side Pass FC, Mediocre FC, Backpedal FC.
So in other games, so this is a fuck you to Dash now. Barcelona 3-1. Easily going past Benfica for 1 aggregate. Bayern
Yeah.
Munich, which is another fuck you. I don't know. I think Bayern is going to be a fuck you to Dave. Do you hate them as well?
They're gonna lose to Inter.
I don't hate them, but I dislike them. Like a healthy
Okay.
yeah.
Healthy dislike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inter getting past Feyenoord, no problem. If course.
I like Bayern more than Leverkusen though. I'm just
Okay, that's why I wasn't sure because I knew there was levels of hate there. Now I know. Arsenal, who cares over Eindhoven 9-3 aggregate. Same with Aston Villa 6-1 over Club Brugge. The only other one really of note that was tight there is Lille Dortmund. So the German will go do German things again. How'd they do there?
I can't believe that we still have two teams in there. I have no idea how Dortmund did it again, but somehow the Champions League they have the dark magic and the luck of the draw. But yeah, they're playing horrible football. They can't beat teams that are fighting relegation in the Bundesliga, and they're right now like in mid-table. I think they're 9th or 10th or something like that. And the squad is bad. They can't do proper build-up. They can't even defend properly. They have bad fullbacks. They bought Jan Couto on loan with obligation, I believe, for 25 or 30 million. That he can't defend to save his life. That's why I said, no, I don't want him at Juventus. Do you remember that debate? Where everybody said, oh, Jan Couto?
People want everyone at Juventus.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10th. You were correct in that.
And yeah, man, and they somehow shithouse themselves through there. But I think, honestly, Barcelona will kill them.
Okay, so I mean that was the Champions League. There was, a couple exciting ones, anyways. That you,
But Bayern absolutely manhandled Leverkusen. Like it wasn't like crazy how Bayern was physically imposed, like how they completely like destroyed Xabi Alonso's team, which is like usually known to be the more physical one. But goddamn, Bayern let out some steam, man, for
Yeah,
being
sure did.
disrespected last season.
That's fine, but at the end of the day, they're gonna get beat by Inter. I don't see them getting past Inter.
So you know who was disrespected a lot last season, and we'll do a little comparison here as we roll into the next segment. That's Moise Kean. Head to head with Vlahovic, 7.2 rating to 7.05, 15 goals to 9.
Kean's been injured for a while too. Oh boy.
3-1 assists, 25 to 22 matches played. Because Vlahovic is.
And I think he will be back,
bench.
right? I think he's fit again.
I think he'll be back. The difference is one was injured, the other one was benched.
Yeah. As we see here, Kalpani and Bove, the only two injuries, which I mean significant enough. We have Chico, Luis, Bremer, Cabal, Savona.
We're not
on
playing
the
at
bench,
the
but
Aliens.
No, it's in Florence. The Frankie. We got a Michael Fabri as a referee. Mm-hmm. So, we don't know. I think
We never
the
know.
consensus. We never know, and we've never been more unsure.
Yep.
I'm telling you, this is a loss. I'm being honest
maybe
with
Dash is sure.
I think I'm saying draw again. 1-1 or something like that.
No, I
Of
think
note, though, we do have Vega and Kalulu back. That is something.
So it won't be a 4-0 loss. It'll be a 1-0 loss.
Perhaps. I mean, they're 8th. They've done decently. Recent form hasn't been the greatest, but I mean, they're still
we
competition
did decently well too and got bent over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is why I just don't know. I just do not know what to think. And I'll probably go into this one blind again, just not no one have to feel it out.
Yeah.
It's
But we never know, honestly. Like
no.
our our performances are like you know those chocolate Kinder surprises. You open them up and see what toy is in there. One
He
time,
said Kinder
dude,
Prize.
one time is shit. One time yeah
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes
you're
maybe
getting
shit.
an actual like collectible, but you never know.
That's the whole point, right? Or like
Jeez.
Pokemon cards. That should be into that, I bet.
Hey man, you can make some money off them bitches now. Don't even
Oh
talk
fuck
shit.
yeah.
You can't even talk shit about
Dude,
those.
Dash, I was never into Pokemon cards, but goddamn Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That was
No,
Those
fire.
were
then the
good. The
Yu-Gi-Oh.
problem is they don't have resale value. You know, hey, we'll talk about this in the after dark. We'll talk about
Yeah,
trading
that's the
cards.
next thing we got to do here.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty much the show. We're gonna do the recording for the After Dark, and you won't get to listen to it until Sunday, unless you are a member of the channel. Then you get it probably. I don't know. I have to work all week, and you'll get it sooner. You usually get it on Saturday. I'll maybe tomorrow. I got some time tomorrow. Maybe you'll
Yeah,
get it soon.
at least the title wasn't as shoddy as the other one. Jedis and Colombians. Even though we didn't talk about Colombians at all in that.
A little bit.
You just said the word. That was it. There was no discussion about it.
Did you not like my theme?
On that note, everybody, thanks for tuning in to this week's podcast episode. Obviously, catch us on the weekend potentially for a watch along if Dave isn't traveling. German Dave and I will handle the call-in show if Canadian Dave is out and about doing shenanigans. And hopefully it's a good result and we're
Hopefully.
not bitching too hard.
And
Fingers
please,
crossed.
goddamn, I need 3 points for my Berlin team, man. Please.
Yes, we need points for Hertha, big Hertha. But anyways,
it's a direct relegation battle game, man. It's a 6-point relegation 6-pointer.
very, very, very true.
Intense.
But on that note, unfortunately, we do not care. No, I'm just kidding. But on that note, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Obviously, we'll catch you on the weekend.
That hurt twice.
You don't have a heart. Stop it, you monster.
You're right. You're right.
Like and subscribe if you continue to enjoy our content, and stay hydrated, hug your friends, drink plenty of water, and we'll catch you on the next one.
That sounded a little bit like somebody else's outro.
I'm way more charismatic than him. Stop it.